Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I am going to demonstrate how to do the G major 2 octave scale. The G major 2 octave scale has been by far the most common 2 octave scale used for many beginner songs that I have learned so far. So if you're a beginner and want to get a little bit of insight on how the G major 2 octave scale works, keep watching. So there are a few prerequisites to learning the G major 2 octave scale. Before you begin, make sure that all 4 strings of your violin are perfectly in tune. You can do this by using a tuner or any audible reference to tune your violin. Now, one of the most, important prerequisites to learning the G major scale is to learn the A major and the D major 1 octave scale. You can do this by going to my previous scale videos. I cover the A major and the D major scale, and I will leave those links in the description box below. If you haven't learned those 2 scales, make sure you learn them, and then come back to this video to learn the G major 2 octave scale. By now, you should be accustomed to playing without your fingerboard guide or without fingerboard stickers. Focus on hearing every note and memorizing it in your brain so that you can play them without the need of fingerboard guides. But of course, if you're not at that stage yet, no worries. You can continue using your fingerboard stickers, but just keep in mind that you have to start training your ears and develop a self-trust that you can hit those notes without having a guide on your fingerboard. The reality is, real violinists do not use fingerboard stickers. They just don't. So those were the prerequisites. Now let's review the G major scale. Of course, you will start off with an open G. Then you will place your first finger on G to hit A. Second finger will go a whole step down from the first finger. Now, just to be clear, a whole step is approximately 1 fingertip length away from the previous finger. That's a whole step. A half step is right next to the finger, like this. So this is a half step. This is a whole step, approximately. Of course, use your ears to find the exact location, but that's the approximate location. So again, your first finger will hit A. Second finger will hit B, a whole step down. Third finger will go a half step down, so right next to your second finger. For this version, we're going to only use our first three fingers. So the next note will be an open D string. First finger will go down to hit E. Second finger, a whole step down again to hit F sharp. Third finger, a half step down to hit G. Now you keep going, and here's where the finger pattern will change. Next is open A. First finger on B. Second finger, half step down. For the very first time, you're going to put your second finger a half step down, which is right next to your first finger, to hit C natural. And then third finger, a whole step down to hit D. The next note will be E, and it will be the open E string. First finger on F. Second finger, half step again to end in G. G should be the same note. Okay, so that's the G major scale, and once you play the whole thing, you're going to play it backwards to complete the scale practice. For this next demonstration, I will be playing the G major scale using only 3 fingers and open strings, and each note will be played with a single bow stroke, but they're going to be nice, long, controlled bow strokes. Then I will step it up by playing the G major scale using bow slurs, which means I am going to do 2 notes per bow stroke. So here it goes. One, 2, 3, 4, and... Two, 3, 4, and... Once you're comfortable with your G major scale, you want to start including your 4th finger. And you do this by playing your open string notes with your 4th finger. And this is how you do it. On the G string, once you get to C, like with your 3rd finger you play C, your 4th finger will be placed a whole step down from your 3rd finger to hit D. It should be the same note as your open D. So if I place it, you see, that's D. Same with your D string. Once you place all 3 fingers down and you're at G, you want to hit A, which is this one, but you want to hit it with your 4th finger, and it's the same thing as on the G string. You just place it a whole step down from your 3rd finger. And that's your A note. Same with the A string. You just, from the 3rd to the 4th finger, it's a whole step down to hit E, the E note. Okay? So, and that's how you include the 4th finger in your G major scale. So the next demonstration, I will show how I do the G major scale using my 4th finger. And this time I will use a piano accompaniment as reference to see if I hit those right notes. So here it goes. just as important as this G major 2-octave scale, it's important to learn its arpeggio as well. So let me demonstrate how to do it. You will hit an open G string. Your second finger will go on G to hit B. Open D string. Third finger will hit G. First finger on A will hit B. Third finger on A will hit D. Then your second finger on E will hit your final high G. And that's the G major 2-octave arpeggio. So you're going to play those notes, then you're going to go backwards, just like in the scale. Here comes the bonus tip for learning the arpeggio and for practicing the arpeggio. That bonus tip is learn how to glue down your fingers. So gluing down your fingers means that you will play the notes holding down the fingers even if you're playing the next note. For example, this is very useful when you're playing the second half of the arpeggio. When you're holding down B, when you hold down B, you're going to play D, right? You keep that B down. You keep your first finger down. Then you're going to hit your final G. Keep that first finger down. Then you're going to hit D again. Keep that first finger down. Then you're going to hit B with that first finger that you glued down. Then you're going to keep that finger glued down still to mark the distance between the first finger and the third finger to hit G, the low G. Then you will finally lift that B. And then when you hit the open D, keep your fingers as closest to the string as possible so that you can mark where your second finger will go, which is B. And that should help you get the right notes when you're practicing most of the time. Okay, so practice gluing down your fingers so that you can mark the relationship between the finger patterns throughout all 4 strings. I hope you understand how that works. But the best way to understand how that works is to implement it. So make sure you practice that and try to glue down your fingers while doing this arpeggio in order to get the notes right. And this gluing down method also works for your scales. So you should glue down your fingers every time you do your scales so that you can easily travel. All right? So that's my bonus tip. I hope it was easy to understand. Okay, here's a demonstration of how the G major 2-octave arpeggio is played. Here it goes. So there you have it. That was the G major 2-octave scale and arpeggio, that was basically the third scale that I learned in my beginner stage. And I highly recommend you learn it as well. Use it to refine your intonation, your posture, and your bowing technique so that you can develop a better sound. If you're interested in the piano accompaniment that I used for the G major 2-octave scale in this video, you can easily download the MP3 file from my Patreon page. All you need to do is donate $1. Now, I would like to hear more from you. Is it easy to implement scales into your everyday practice? If not, why? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. I hope this video was very insightful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Better yet, If you would like to see more videos like this one, subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click that subscribe button right there, right now. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.